Hey folks.
Hardly doodly.
Hardly doodly, Max is here with me. We're just going to be having a nice... Oh no, my mic is broken. A nice, relaxed little session this evening. Yesterday I noticed that because I was playing Newton Faulkner, my bad, apparently the video won't show in the US. Which, yeah, I mean, that's my fault. I can't really get around that, can I? But it's a little bit frustrating, and it's certainly something that that I wanted people from the US to be able to see if they're interested in this kind of stuff. So I thought I'd just do another one very quickly. Yesterday, we came to a point where we wanted to do the top left bar. I better open the game and let you see that.
Meanwhile, I'm working on ship pictures for in the center middle.
Yeah, and we'll be hopefully having a look at those in a little while, once Max has got one or two of them done. So I think probably in about 10-15 minutes we'll switch over to your screen and have a quick look.
I should have a whole bunch of them done at that point.
A whole bunch, good stuff. Right, let's just click on to the Federation and get going. Feel free to say hello, by the way, guys. We don't bite, and ask any questions away that you want to ask. Ideally about Ages of the Federation.
And with exception, of course, to the release date, because you all know the
Yeah,
consequences.
don't ask for the release date. we don't want that. Hey, Technicist, how are you, my man? You all good? This is quite a nice, relaxed stream this evening, so we're probably not going to be as loud as usual. We're both tired old bunnies, aren't we?
I'm definitely a bunny, but not for being tired.
Hey, Connor, how are you, my friend? Actually, Connor's here, Wibblefish. Would you, as long as we can see it in Canada, fair dues, Bruce. Got the priorities straight. We have. Connor, would you like to join the chat if you are, if you're still doing work on those old screenies that you might want to show people? You never know, do you?
Get him in this chat.
I'm going to wait for him to see if he wants to come in. Okay, so the thing that we were looking at yesterday that we thought, oh, we need to work on that, is this fine fellow over here. We already changed a couple of things yesterday. You can see that we've now got the writing in the middle, and we've got rid of those pesky overlays that we didn't like. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to change it. I'm going to change this surround. At least that's what I'm hoping to try and do. And then I'll be making the little underlay button segments. So that's the plan. We should probably get on with it. Now, I've already done a little bit of prep in finding buttons backgrounds to DDS, which is this fine fellow here. This is that particular screen, so you've got all the little bits and bobs within here. I've made a copy of the particular segment that I want, which is this.
Did you just say?
Copy. Go on then, says Wibblefish. Let's add him.
I'll do that.
Oh, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Right, so what I now need to do is, if I drag this away, this is a very cheap and ridiculous way of doing things, but it's always how I do it.
Could reshare for me, go.
Oh, I will do in just a moment.
And that's we've got a Wibblefish with us.
Hey,
Hello.
Wibble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're on chill mode tonight, just in case you know.
Yeah, we're just having a nice, relaxed one.
Oh, that's quite alright. I can't see any of your screens, by the way. So,
Oh yes, I need to reshare. I'm so sorry.
So do I.
I'll share my screen actually as well, because I can show some of the win-loss. If that's okay with the style
that's
of the
fine.
win-loss screens.
I think we're quite happy with that
I love
style. It's not what I was expecting, and that's exactly what I want as a result. There we go. Okay, so I will show you the guy's screens in a bit, folks. So here we go. Let's just move this over here into this corner.
I'll just load up my After Effects, because that's what it's done in.
Ah.
Oh, neat. So you can animate. Oh, yes, because you did it. You did an animation for it, didn't you?
I did something similar for it, yeah, which I'm hoping to use in a future AOTF intro. Or if not for a trailer, at least for something.
Hmm. Doesn't sound like a bad plan.
Because you could probably intercut that with some game footage, which would be
Look at you and your posh ideas.
I mean, just modding, isn't it? Just
Can I
modding
check out my screen share?
You're watching Stargate, which would be copyright striked if you share that.
I'm not watching it anymore.
The man, he say yeah. Right, so what I want to do.
That's very nice, that is. That is really nice.
Also, I've replaced the engineering icon with like the actual ship icon that you see on the map.
Oh, marvellous.
Be a bit
Need to zoom in.
Say it's probably a bit off topic. Well, no, it's on topic, but like pertaining to for the ship abilities, like for the Yorktown as an idea, because it is a colony support ship. Would it make it sense for it to be a defensive ship then? In that role of defending planets.
Ooh, there's a question.
Well, I think we've got some stat from some abilities for it laid down. I don't know what they are at the moment.
Can we have it? An idea, just an idea that when there is a Yorktown in orbit, the planet cannot be taken.
It's definitely
like a starbase.
I'll have to work that out, my friend. I honestly don't know.
Because I think that would give like the colony cap something.
I don't think that's impossible.
Really
I don't think that's impossible.
It's not impossible. That's definitely for sure.
It might take a buff chain though, and you know how I am with my buff chains.
Relatively simple buff chain. With a simple finish condition as well.
Is ship in orbit? Yes, in Gravwell.
First spawner no longer present, I suppose, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. So what I was doing there, guys, is I was just cutting out.
Spawner no longer in range.
Yeah, I was just cutting out some little corners. So if I copy that and paste it again, now that I've got this new one. If I get rid of this, there you go, so it's got little cutout corners. What I should now be able to do, theoretically, in fact we need to move this a little. And once again, this is me really overcomplicating a situation. We'll grab this section and then we'll go select inverse, so it just selects this bit, Control C, Control V, and then we can delete these two. Now that I have this particular segment, what I can do is I can paint it, because that's precisely what I need to do. I need to paint it white.
Oh, Crazy Vulcan's got an ability that gives a boost to bombardment resistance. That's the thing. Instead.
Well, that's working about
Doesn't
as well
completely
as I didn't expect.
Cast simple buff cast. I don't really, is it?
Well, we're going to have to do that again now.
That's Chris breaking the UI.
Quite the opposite. I'm doing a magnificent job on the AI, it just doesn't look like it while I'm doing it. There we are, that'll do.
Crossfield class. Role. Offensive support. It's offensive.
Some people do certainly find it offensive.
Saying that the truth.
Now, there's a lovely thing where that I can do, where I can bring a selected region in by a couple of pixels. Can you remind me how to do that, folks?
Yes. Select, modify, contract.
Select, modify, contract, and I would like to contract it by 4.
3.
Let's try 4 and see how I feel. You were right first time. Might even be 6 actually. Contract. Let's go
there
6.
we go.
Well, that's highly frustrating. Why didn't it do what I wanted at the top? Bring that down here.
So Chris, you need to get some royalty-free samba music. I think that'll be
Hey guys, Dover, what I'm making right now is I'm making a new overlay for this little top, underlay for this little top left section here. Hey Crazy Vulcan, I'm sorry I didn't notice you earlier, I was concentrating really hard on doing things. We are discussing a few abilities and things and bits and bobs as well. Connor wanted to know if we were able to use a colony capital ship in order to prevent an area from being taken. There we go. That's better, isn't it, folks? That is what I like the look of. Oh, does it even need to be 7? No, we'll make do with 6. Delete the middle. There it goes. Alright, so there's our new segment. Now, it looks a little bit bare at the moment, but I'm sure we can work that out. Now, we know that we like this layer style here. So if we right click on it, go copy layer style, move into the correct segment, and we ask for this layer to have paste layer style. There we go. That now has the same layer style as all the other segments. So it should be working quite nicely. Yes, we are a little bit late this evening. Bajoran sins? No.
Don't go that offensive on us now, please. Bajoran.
How is the head of the Second Order? He's magnificent.
He's not dead yet.
I'm not dead.
Let's just move this out a little bit, otherwise I'm not going to be able to. That. Now, there's a reason I've selected that area, folks, and that reason is this. I now need to go to Alpha, move my little selected area up to the top left.
I forgot it's 950, isn't it? That's halfway between 1080. No, it can't be. 960.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I approve. Do you want to explain to me what you're talking about?
Like, because I want to get the halfway point between 1920. I'm having a brain fart moment.
There we go. So that region is now alphaed, which is very, very good. Hello, Larondel. Nice to see you being needy. Hello, Shadow of Neo. Geez, I could do that in a second on Photoshop. I'm sure you could, my friend. I'm not a Photoshop guy. I'm a coder. What I actually do is code. This is all very, very new to me, Shadow of Neo. I've only ever coded. I've never really done any art whatsoever. The other guys are far more competent than me, and I'm sure I'll show you their screens in a bit. I'm sure they can do a lot of things that you are entirely incapable of doing, my friend. Now then.
In short, don't be mean to Chris. Thank you.
Be as mean as you like, I don't really care. Fortunately, his opinion isn't really all that important to me. Right then.
Sometimes he likes it a bit rough.
Sometimes I am a little rough.
I thought we were going to keep this
oh, yes,
family friendly.
I don't mean it that way. That is your horrific mind.
No, you know it's not. I know you too long. Damn it, Bob! Oh wait.
Let's get out of that. Now, what I want to do... In fact, it might be useful for me to go back to this one, take a look at this alpha, and grab me pipette.
Let me go back! Let me go back!
There we go. Kind of want a nice grey here, don't we?
Just make the Fed borders nice and big. Get rid of a few of these.
Ah, there we go. That's a perfect grey. Good. Splodge. The reason that I've gone with that grey...
Perfect grey is 127.
Huh?
The perfect grey is 127.
I believe you.
It is.
I believe you.
Yes.
You're currently trying to do every Fed escort in 2D design. That's actually really cool. I think I'd like to see that, my friend. So, you know, if you do hang about in our Discord, I think, and if you don't, make sure you do. There is a link somewhere hiding. I'd show us. We've got a pictures and spam section that I really encourage people to show their stuff off in.
Well, I want to type out rolled tank. Damage absorber. Draw fire.
What is this draw fire you speak of?
Just trying to find the role name for the Asia class. It's a tank cap, you know. So in game role, it's tank. Would it be in track role?
Protection cruiser.
Protection.
Defense.
Maybe just call it a tank.
Fleet defense.
Fleet defense cap. Yeah, fleet. Yeah, fleet defense would be. Let's colour that a bit blue.
Okay, we're just simply going to call it AOTF backdrop button 1. I think that's going to be fine for the time being. So let's save that as a PSD in the correct folder, and we'll also save it as a tagger in the correct folder. Boop.
Tagger.
Tagger. Right, now that we've got that, I know that this is 620 in drop, I believe. Yeah, 620 by 210. 210, 620. Great. Let's make a new thing. Screen generic brushes. This is a nice simple one, so we'll make use of this. Make sure that we're in the correct section. Yeah. So let's grab that. Pop it in there. Go to. It's now got 84 brushes in this section. The file name that we'll need is the one that we've just used, which of course I've already forgotten because I'm good like that. It'd be nice if I didn't forget file names every 2 seconds, wouldn't it really?
I know the feel, man.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it happens.
Oh, backdrop button 1. That wasn't difficult, was it? Right, there we go. So the file name goes in there. It's going to start at 0 and 0. Oops. And I think it was 220 by 610. Once again, I have forgotten because I'm that way inclined. Oh no, that's the game. Yeah. Oh no, 210 by 620. There we are. .620, and we're going to call it AOTF underscore. What should we call it? What shall we call it?
11. Did somebody just leave?
No, I don't think so.
Connor? Yeah, I think we just lost.
Oh well, he'll come back if he wants to. We'll call this Empire Window Backdrop, I think.
Oh, I'm very sorry about that, gentlemen.
It's quite alright.
I got invited to a Discord server and it kicked me out of this. So.
Inconceivable.
As always, let's just do our little check.
So
matches, that's good.
I'll turn my screen share back on.
And if we save this, now the Empire Window Backdrop. It's called the Action Grid Slot Backdrop, I believe, and it should be in the player file. Over here. Oh no, I lied. Oh no, it's not Action Grid Slot Backdrop. That is, I believe, something else.
Penis.
It's not penis. I can be
Sorry, family friendly.
Indeed.
Yes, let's be family friendly. We must be family friendly.
We're not very good at that, really, are we?
No, not at all. It's hard, you know.
Is it though? Right, should be in the Empire Window .window.
Behave.
Yeah, okay, type Kobayashimaru correctly.
The search bar should be hiding down here somewhere. Empire Window Selection Window Backdrop, I think, is the thing. So why don't we just paste our new file name into this, save it. Now I don't think it will change while the game is still active. You should get a reloading of textures, but whether it will actually do what I want is extremely questionable and quite clearly false. So let's restart the game.
Well, while you're doing that, how about you have a look at my screen?
That's a great idea. Let's drag it across.
So last time we looked, all we had was the Yorktown. Now I've just finished the Ares.
Very nice.
Geronimo, Crossfield.
That's looking good. So what these...
and Kobayashi Maru.
Oh, that's good. The Kobayashi Maru seems to be too good against everything. What's going on there?
Oh, I just haven't finished setting the stats.
Okay.
You know, when it explodes, you know, it really does explode.
I reckon this is not that good versus... I'm just eyeballing these of what they're like.
It's looking nice though. I'm quite impressed. See, now this is somebody who's competent at Photoshop doing things, folks. Yeah, it's pretty rough across the board, isn't it, that particular ship?
It'll might be a bit too much because it is a cap. Not gonna be good for
You tell me, you're the guy who sets the damage stats.
I'm not really, am I?
I don't know. Well, at least in the initial stages, and I think we've got a spreadsheet that kind of roughly defines what we want to do with different ships, haven't we? They are interesting, aren't they? I'll show you one of them in action if you like. Once we get once we get a couple of them in game. I think we've got one already, so I should be able to show you that one.
Oh, look at that, Connor. That looks cool, doesn't it?
What? We're looking at
stuff.
Oh, my stuff. Yeah, I'm doing the Federation Victory screen. Basically, I'm going to.
What I'll do now is I'll go to Connor's screen since we're looking at it anyway.
Basically, going to have it like as a windscreen essentially.
I think
in a
I'm
style
looking
of
at
that
your
graphic.
screen. Am I? No, this is your screen, Connor. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Maybe you set up like a neutral zone with it. Yeah, they set up a neutral zone after the peace treaty.
I could do that, yeah.
Oh, thank you, Carlton. That's very nice of you. Thank you very much for the chat.
So we can go here, and then we can go across to the border.
Let me go to YouTube just to get on Gul's stream. Are you streaming on both, or are you just?
I'm streaming on both. Yeah.
So this is for those who don't know, After Effects. It's like Photoshop but for films.
Yet he's making pictures with it, but don't mind that.
Don't mind that, no, because sometimes.
Fair dues to you, Vulcan. I mean, that's what kind of software do you use? Crazy Vulcan's just saying 90% of what he does is worked on his what he calls his crap top with free software. Are you using things like GIMP in that case? What Connor's doing here is you're experimenting with win and loss screens, aren't you?
Yeah, so I can show you the on the OTF page one of the loss screen for the Federation over here.
So that is the loss screen for the Federation. You can see that Sector 001 has been surrounded and is about to be taken on by a horde of angry red things. Red things can denote anybody. It isn't necessarily Klingon in this case.
Exactly. It's kept very vague, just attack force, you know, and then you've got souls being evacuated, you know, and there's a glitch effect going on as well to make it look all, you know, in trouble and stuff. I don't know whether to modify this so it's actually showing on a computer screen and render that out, or I might just have it pop up like this on the UI. I think this will probably look cleaner.
Pop up on the UI.
Yeah, I think it will look cleaner that way and integrate more.
Well, that's entirely down to you. You made the decision that you want, and I'll just code it in.
Yeah, I think this would do fine. I think, and it's a nice different departure as well from renders all the time. So.
Well, it's something you know we do intend to use in the trailer.
I'm going to move this over here because I need to check if the thing I've just tried to code in has worked, which it may not have done. I tend to find that my coding skills get significantly worse when I'm streaming.
It's the weight of expectation.
I think that may be what it is, and I think also you're trying to at least pay a modicum of attention to anything that the audience says, just in case they ask anything really cool or they say something awesome. So, like, my mind is always wondering.
Luckily, that barely ever happens.
Nah, they're good lads. They're good lads. The fact that they're putting up with watching a coding and basic visual stream is quite nice, really.
No, like, well, you know, it's a bit different as well, watching people make stuff.
I make my MSDs with a free copy of Adobe Illustrator. Happily post them for people to see. Lorando, are you in the what's now the GC Discord at all? And that also goes, of course, for you, Neo. If either of you want to post any of your work in the either the Star Trek chat, if it's Star Trek based, or indeed the pictures and spam area, I would love to see them. I love seeing other people's work. So if you're not already in our Discord, I'll post a link for you. Just let me know. It is quite active Discord, if you like, for different modding communities. Sins and EAW are the two main modding communities that you'll find on there. That's Empire at War, Star Wars. Love the Neptune class behind the science. I think we're calling the Neptune a different name, aren't we?
What's the Neptune? What are you looking at? That's a Jupiter class.
Yeah, we've decided to call these particular fine fellows Jupiter classes rather than Neptunes.
Because the Neptune class was described as an older Warp 3 fleet ship. I mean, there's some new comic books that do change it, but I just prefer the Neptune name for the for the intrepid type, so to say.
All right, Lorandel, what I'll do is I'll post you a link to our Discord. Now, most of our dev team are fairly active in this Discord, as are various other dev teams, not just for Sins mods either. So make sure you pop in there, and if you've got a mod that you want to show off, I'm sure our community would welcome it very much. There you go, folks. So
and if anybody feels like they could contribute to the project, we're always looking for new people.
Absolutely, yeah. If you think you've got awesome skills, or even to a limited extent awesome ideas, we would be delighted to hear from you. How's this worked? Oh, so it kind of has. I need to edit that a little bit because it's not quite in the position I want it to be in. That's okay though, we can do that now. There we go. We just need to change the window size. So selection window def. Let's just make this a bit smaller so I can see what's going on.
Oh, look at that annex.
So it's in fact 210, and I think we wanted it to be 6. What was it? 6 something? 620. There we go. Okay, so we've at least got the area there now. Boom, and there we have it. That is the selection area overlay done. It relatively well matches everything else. A little bit brighter at times, but I think that's okay. Max, are you satisfied with that?
Let's have a look, see, shall we? I have to wait till the stream catches up.
You can always look on the share screen, can't you?
Where am I looking? The edge is a bit thick. Like the one pixel edge we've kind of had before.
What you want, like on the bottom right?
Yeah, that would be better in my opinion.
Okay, well I'll try and do that. I don't make any promises, as always.
I think you can do it.
I hate you for making me.
Copy the layer style from the thing we've got.
I've already copied the layer style from the thing that you've got.
From Skin Out, yeah?
Yep. Right, okay, so let's clear the layer style for the moment so I can see what's happening. There we go. And if I was to now use the magic marker of doom, grab this area. Let's go refine edge. No, I don't want to refine the edge. I want to go select. Modify. Contract by 2 pixels. It doesn't do what I want because
no, that's not necessary. Just keep it how you've got it right now.
Yep.
Go to the Skin OTF.
I don't look. I'd already done that, buddy. Paste layer style. That is the exact layer style, which I took.
That's how it should look from You might have taken it from... No, not from that one. From Skin AOTF.
Oh, this is how we did it last time. With this one.
Just take... Go to Skin AOTF.
Ladies and gentlemen, modding at its finest.
Now take the copy the layer stuff from overlay.
If this ends up exactly the same, I'm going to be quite annoyed.
Paste the layer style.
It's pretty similar.
Zoom in. And will you for me to the actual thing? Just zoom in. Oh, it is alright, then it just seemed weird on the stream. Oh, I know what the problem is. Yeah, I'll fix this. I'll clean this up whenever.
Is it the gradient?
Yeah, the gradient's messed up. If you go to gradient, and turn off align with layer.
Turn off align with layer. Poop.
Set it to 90 degrees.
Oh, I had it then. There we go. Yep.
It's okay.
Seems like it could do with a little bit more dark overall, doesn't it?
What you might want to do is go to inner shadow. Set the size smaller. Up bigger.
Oh, bigger, yep.
Maybe turn on the go to inner glow.
Oh god, are you sure about this?
Make that smaller. Maybe just mess with that a bit.
Okay, that seems to have a... Interestingly, it seems to have a similar effect.
I know, because they're very similar in function.
No. Okay, hitting edge instead made no difference. I think with the gradient overlay, you can actually make it a little bit more specific, can't you? By moving these up.
No. It's not the one you want to mess with. You could just mess with the size in the thing. Cancel that. Cancel. Cancel.
No.
Please cancel. You're making it worse.
No.
Oh,
It's perfect.
no. No, it's not.
Absolutely
make the
perfect.
scale, make the scale slightly bigger.
This is why I wanted to stream alone. Go on.
Scale
It's like a live tutorial.
bigger. Smaller. There you go.
Well, that's just made it worse.
That's perfect now.
I disagree.
Your opinion is noted.
Hmm?
Your opinion is noted.
Well, may as well save that.
Show me the alpha channel. Real. I just turn off the other layers. Ah! That's where it goes wrong. Copy the layer. In the normal mode. Duplicate it.
And then you want me to rasterize the duplication.
Yeah.
Okay.
Control A. C. And paste it in the alpha.
Okay.
Because you want to delete. Yeah. So now select the alpha. Yeah. Control Shift B. Zoom in. And turn off the other layers. Yeah, the center needs to be a bit less bright.
You may be right. Try that. Luckily, I've got a massive pen. Maybe a little
Even
more?
darker.
Yeah.
Where's the black? Right there.
There you go, that'll
That's
do.
right.
I don't want any more than that. Otherwise,
That's it.
it'll barely show up at all.
Hobbs just said, I said perfect, Neff, and Hobbs went, "That's our nephamphetamine." Or do you prefer
Here we go. Let's take a look.
Neff?
Related to Warframe, that sounds cool, man. I do like Warframe.
Warframe, isn't that a blood thinner?
Warframe.
Oh, right.
I'm sorry, I'm very British. Are you making an icon for engines or making the design? Well, we're making a mod, of course. What I'm doing at the moment is I'm just making some backgrounds for other areas. Hey, Kanajo, how you doing? Bloody hell, it's Kanajo. I haven't seen you for a while. I was getting commissioned to do them either canon or fan made. Very nice. Thank you very much, Carlton, for the cheer, by the way. So I'm just gonna have to have a sneaky look at what the boys are talking about in pictures and spam. Is it pictures and spam that you've hidden things in? Where have you put them, lads?
Put what in?
Oh, the boys are talking about pictures in the chat, and I wanted to see them.
Spam. That's how it looks.
I couldn't find any there.
No, just Emperor Palpatine.
Do it.
Right, let's see if I'm willing to tolerate this.
Do it.
If you tolerate this, then your children will be next.
Bit of threatening.
It's a good tune.
I want to get copyrighted again.
Yeah.
I don't think you can from noise falling out of your own mouth.
That
Can actually.
That's where you're mistaken.
That's where you're wrong, kiddo.
If you're good enough, Chris.
YouTube's copyright rules would not allow it. I've checked YouTube's copyright rules extensively because I like to think that I can fight and win everything. P.S. I can't.
Here's the thing, Chris. I agree with you, but
the algorithm doesn't.
Exactly the
algorithm. Yeah, the algorithm it doesn't give a monkeys. It just does what it wants. Copyright strikes you for anything these days.
You said the word. Well,
typically, Lorondel, I would ask you to post most of your pictures in pictures and spam. I do think you need a rank for that, though.
Or shameless plugs.
Or shameless plugs, that's fine too. If you're plugging your own work and it links back to your own website or anything like that, then yes, you can put it in shameless plugs. As I say, you do need to build up a little bit of a reputation on the server if you like, and get a couple of ranks in before you can put stuff in shameless plugs.
You can do this by paying $5.95.
No money. See, it's too dark now.
Show me. Yeah, you might need to brighten it up in the alpha. Luckily, you can do that live. Think. Select everything.
Oh god, no.
Stroke.
That's disgusting.
No, in the alpha. Just the alpha. Just the alpha. Control A.
Oh yeah, I can do it that way, can't I? And then just...
Image, adjust brightness, contrast.
Yeah, you need to, like, take it easy with me because...
Just contrast first, go contrast. And then mess with the brightness.
Relax, don't do it.
So go with more contrast person. Set contrast to 100. Yeah, hold up.
Alright, I reckon that's going to be good. We'll try that.
Yeah.
Neutral zone. Contents, shape 1.
In fact, before I do that, let's just... There we go. Save as... Turk. Now, I don't think this actually updates live.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things where you're like...
Yep, it's one of those arseholes that doesn't update live. What a bastard. Bloodwine.
There we go. We have...
Are you called Lorondol in Discord as well?
So Max, would you like to take a look at my neutral zone? Might make increase the dashes.
If you're called Lorondol in Discord as well, I might well be able to find you and just give you a rank that allows you to post. The same would go for you, Shadow of Neo. As I say, we expect people to chat a little bit and gain a little bit of a rank, usually, before they start posting things. That way it makes people engage with the community somewhat. We do have the post-refit with the engineering segment for the NX class.
Yes, we do. Is that a question in the chat?
Yeah, people are talking about it.
Actually, the NX goes through 2 refit stages. It goes from the NX Enterprise to the Columbia, and then to the Endeavour, that's what we call it.
Indeed.
There you go. You should be alright, Lorondol. You may well be able to post now. If you can't, let me know. And the same goes for you, Shadow of Neo. Just tell me what your username is and I'll give you a couple of ranks so you can post bits and bobs. Yeah, that's pretty much. Don't just dump pictures and run away. We've got an amazing community and we love keeping it like that. Yeah, Zero Skills recently started coding as well. He's started coding for a Thingamajiggy 4, isn't it? Hearts of Iron 4 mod. I still am not satisfied with the amount of... Yeah, it needs to be brightened up. I am not satisfied.
Never are satisfying, Chris. Never are.
Correct.
There you go. FNN breaking news. Neutral zone enforced.
I was wrong, it does update.
Sometimes it does, sometimes it won't.
That's true, that is true.
Take it, Max, what do you think?
Have a look.
That's okay.
Oh yeah. Established, mate.
Forced? Established? Okay. Yeah, enforced sounds very un-Federation, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Should we have a look and see what Connor's up to? Let's just drag you across.
Oh god.
Are we going for the fake news network?
The Federation News Network.
Fake news.
I thought that was a nice touch.
Might want to move that star up and a drop shadow on the text.
Oh yeah, I will. I think
Star on the stand of the eye, you know.
Oh, there, yeah, it looks like it's blobbing. Actually, what I can do here is I'll do this.
Hey, Jarrell. Will the NX have cloak detection ability, seeing as the Enterprise did? I don't think that's on the list of abilities that we've expected, because we don't expect cloak.
No cloak.
No cloak. No gold.
That doesn't seem masks work. I have to move the stars themselves.
So I'm just reading up on the chat, folks. It won't be a moment. Ah, Nightshade 2K8, we don't know who he is, suggested that it's possible for every ship to be a hero. I mean, you might just call them a hero of the moment.
Not a thing. Not a thing.
Shadow of Neo. Okay, so you're still Shadow of Neo. Let's give you some permissions on our Discord. Boop. I'll just move this out of the way so you can't see what I'm faffing about with. Tends not to be helpful.
So, do I want that line thick, though? Or no dashes in that line? Thick. No dashes.
There you are. Let's give you a couple of rolls.
Yeah, I definitely prefer without dashes. It's like...
There you go, Shadow. You should be able to post in all the relevant areas now.
There we go. FNN breaking news. Neutral zone established.
There we go. Satisfied with that. Now the next thing for me to work out is roughly a good size for the inside icons. I want them to be 28 in height. I know that much. Probably about 178 in width, I think, is going to be right for those buttons. What do you think?
Yes.
I regularly break things in games. It's just kind of my thing. I think where I may put them is I'm going to put them in AOTF. Normal. So let's... what's layer 4? Oh, there it is.
Max, are you one of them?
Yes. No, wait!
There you go, I'm happy with that.
Got 176. Okay, good stuff. Let's just get rid of that alpha there so I don't confuse myself.
Won't take much.
It's true. Oh yes, block.
Oh, do I fancy some sausages?
By my understanding, always. Right, there it is. Let's just give this an overlay so I can see it.
Right. So, I want to go to my screen.
Okay. Oh god. There are too many screens. It confuses my my tiny brain. Dragging it over. Okay, I can see your screen.
Look at that.
Oh, it's looking nice. It is looking nice.
Require a bit of work, but in the end it'll be worth it. Yeah, you got your next class roll destroyer, Kelvin, light carrier, you know, Mark support destroyer.
When I signed the
So, yeah.
pact of alliance with the
Ah, Nightshade, thank you very much for subscribing.
Right, I think I'm going to call it a day for that, because I do have be in another city tomorrow.
Okay, my friend. Well, if you want to send those lovely things out, then I will, of course.
I still have to alpha them.
I don't like anything that you're saying.
Yeah, I know, because alphaing is... I'm sorry.
It's alright, mate.
Have them in tomorrow-ish. No, probably not tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow.
Is it going to be tomorrow, though?
You'll find out tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, it's always been a pleasure, and please enjoy Gulfstream.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining me, Max.
Anytime.
Anytime. How's things coming along for you, Connor? Are you winning at life? Balls. There we go. That's what I wanted. P.S. Anybody who's just like laughing their ass off at me at the moment, I know there's probably a much more efficient way of doing this. Especially when I do it wrong. There we go. There we go. All right. I gotta select inverse, and then I can just delete everything outside of it. There we go. All right, that's the shape of the button we wanted. And then if I go select inverse again, it selects the inside. I can then go to modify, contract, and about 3 pixels.
I've been talking with my microphone switched
You've
off.
been talking with your microphone, and what's it been saying? Hey-oh!
Fucking hell.
Let's just rasterize the layer. That is highly unfortunate, Connor.
I know, daft really, isn't it?
I mean, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Yeah. So you probably could have done that with a path, and then just used anchor points to get that what you wanted much quicker. Borderline.
Well, you know a lot more about this than I do.
Oh, well. You know how to code much better than I do.
Possibly true.
Laugh at girl equals Galitep.
At least they know.
Yes, you funny guy to Gulag.
Gulag. Gulag. There we go. I think I'll be relatively happy with that as a button. Let's give it an alpha. Oh god.
Alpha channels, aren't they the best things ever?
Yeah, man.
Such an angry work bee. I mean, not well, travel pod. Gotta get it done. Just in the corner there, looking so pissed off.
Oh god, you've noticed that, have you? It wasn't me. Expand by a pixel. It couldn't possibly be me,
No,
because I wouldn't do anything so bloody frivolous, would I?
No. I mean, do you feel the need to do anything so frivolous? Oh shit, the milk. I should put that back in there.
Do you feel the need to do anything so frivolous? Oh shit, the milk! Shit the bed. Oh, Quarter, thank you so much for the cheers. Again. Why is the box uneven? The box isn't uneven. What are you talking about, Willis?
Oh, I think he's talking about the one above it.
Oh, this. It's because it sits in a corner, that box above it.
Ooh, Coke cherry.
The fact that you said ooh in such a way makes me quite uncomfortable.
Ooh.
Right. Modify. I think we'll contract this by 1 pixel because I want that bit in there. Good.
You want it all?
I do. Right, there's potentially a reason that I'm copying this, guys. Apparently it's empty, so I can't. Fine. I'll just have to copy from background. Look, this area of there. That's right, fucker. Got what I wanted in the end, didn't I?
Nailed it.
Right, let's give it a blending options, a color overlay. and we'll colour it white.
Look at that glorious, glorious colour that is white.
I wish I
Is
was
white technically a colour? Just a thought.
Yeah, it's several colours.
It's all of them, isn't it? Really?
Now my question here becomes, how can I replicate that colour overlay?
What do you mean by that colour overlay?
These.
Surely there'll be a gradient that you can nick off someone.
Unfortunately not. They all seem to be within this background down here,
Ah, shite.
which is rasterized.
Okay, so what you need to do, you want that white box. There. Have you got that layer selected?
Yep, blending options,
Blending, gradient. Yep, and then you want to go into your gradient colours.
It's going to be 180 degrees, isn't it, from the looks of
Yep.
it? Alright, go into my colours. I suppose I can use the pipette, can't I?
You can indeed. You can do that if you click on that black one and then click on the farthest colour on there. So no, not the black one on the bottom of that.
This one?
Yes.
So I'd
Right, click on colour. Oh no, that works as well. I forget about that sometimes.
so
Overcomplicate it.
So this white one might be something like that.
And they. Oh yeah, you might need to reverse it.
Okay, how do I do that?
Well, you press OK, and then click. I think that works.
I am invincible.
You can also click the reverse button as well.
Oh, oh yeah, look at that. I thought I felt so smart then. I know this button's a little bit different looking from the others, but it can be because it's in an entirely different menu subset.
And it's close enough, so nailed it.
Yeah, do you know what? I'll take that. That's
When
fine.
I signed the pact of alliance with the
Ragey Peep, thank you so much for subscribing. Right, now what I need to do is, I think I need to rasterize that, and then... Can I paste down without horrible issues? No. So I would need to rasterize this as well, wouldn't I?
Potentially, yes.
And then paste down. No problemo, Chifo. Good stuff. Let's just make sure I get the right pixel box here.
Fed win.
Let's just go left. Okay, so it's 492 pixels in. I need somewhere I can write this. 492. We always work from the top left, by the way, guys, if you don't already know. So that's what I'm doing. The top and the left are the places that I need to work out. 950 pixels down.
Because it uses a grid coordinate system, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I think I made it...
Size of the image.
That's exactly right. And I think I made it 176 over 28, but that remains to be seen.
Because what we used to do, each individual button.
I've made it 30, but that's okay as well. 178 over 30.
Yeah, because each individual button, when we first started Armada 3, was its own separate image file. Now, the problem that we ran into very quickly, yeah, which was silly, was that we used up all the available texture space in the game instantly. Like,
Which
I think
was cool.
it would, yeah, you know, a feat which is unheard of, or not unheard of anymore. But I think, because I think that's how originally Sins of Solar Empire did it, didn't they? Each sequence of research, buttons and all that sort of thing, was its own image file. Obviously, this is now with Armada 3 with what 5 factions and all that sort of thing. It's very impractical. So it's much easier on the engine to do all this, the grid coordinates, and then put everything on one sheet. The only problem is it's fiddly, annoying, and Chris has to find out where all the coordinates are, and he wants to pull his hair out.
Well, that's the bit that I find easy.
Well,
Like-
there you go.
Like, the code bit is so much easier than doing any kind of visuals. The visuals are the things that make me want to poke my eye out with a screwdriver. because I just don't know how to do it, and it's one of those things, isn't it? It's like being told, here you go, sit down. I'd like you to do something that's really professional looking. Okay.
Yeah.
What tools have you got for me? I have a flamethrower and a small off-duty Czechoslovakian traffic warden, and you just think, oh bloody hell, how am I going to do this? So what I'm doing now is I'm searching for the pre-existing underlay to see exactly how they've worked it out. We'll get there in a minute.
Ooh. So there's the final Fed win image.
Very nice. Are you still sharing a screen so I can show the other guys?
I've put it in the chat, in the call chat, so you can click on that and make it big for the viewers.
I apologise. That was childish of me. There you go, folks. That is the final Federation win screen. So they've managed to establish their neutral zone. Everything's fine.
Because the Federation wouldn't want to conquer their enemies, just simply want to isolate them, which is so much better.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah. It's like, we don't mind you existing, just don't exist near us.
And if you have to exist near us, subscribe to all of our ideals right now.
Yes.
Good old Feds. Better dead than
Such
fed.
swell guys, aren't they?
Here
So,
we go. We've got 2 hits in 2 files. We've got one in the Empire window, which is this one here, of course, and we've also got one in generic brushes. That's the one we want to look at. Now, I don't really care if this changes at all. Fortunately for me, which is quite nice. I'm very, very pleased about that because it means I can just use one button. I may change that in the future. I may.
You may?
Or should I? Damn it, I should. Well, this can go away now. That can go away without saving the changes. Skin AOTF, that can go away. Ah, damn it. Damn my pride. Okay, so let's go and find the other bits that we need. Alright, so there are a few more of these that we need in order to actually create a button that appears to click. Which makes me sad.
Oh, it's fun.
Oh, I hate doing stuff. So we've got our normal, which is this one, of course, that we're using right now. We also need our hover button. There it is. Oh god, I opened it as code. There we go. There's hover. There's a target. There's our clicked. And we should also have a disabled one. Yes, there it is. So I think the easiest way that I can potentially do this is if I drag a nice little box around this, go Control C, Control Shift and V into each of these boxes. So at least there we've got one of these. Let's move these up towards the top and rename them.
Oh god, that layer structure.
Hmm?
That layer structure, I'm internally screaming.
Well, you'll have to cope with it. Most of them are okay because we've got like that's where the top bar lives, for example. It's just at the moment it's in flux because I'm doing stuff. So deal.
You ever watched the film Flushed Away?
No, I haven't.
Ah, right. There's snails in there that have high pitched voices, which is quite entertaining. And when they scream, it's rather hilarious. That's what my brain's doing now, seeing these layers.
Alright, so basically I'm going to be a cheating bastard here. What I should be able to do is copy this layer style and paste it onto here. Which of course worked amazingly well until it didn't. Oh, of course, I'd need a bloody internal, wouldn't I? That's fine.
Eternal.
Yeah.
Eternal what?
Oh my, I absolutely cannot be bothered. Can I really be bothered doing this?
Did you forget to fill it with alpha? Well, not alpha, but...
No, that's it. That's immaterial.
Oh, okay. So what's the problem then? If you hold down shift while using the magic wand tool, it will select multiple bits. No, you have to click, yeah, click it, there you go.
Multiple clicks. That's very annoying, but okay. Oh, come on!
Oh dear.
Come on! Oh, fucking hell, this thing's mum goes to college.
Why don't you just use the magnet, just the lasso tool, polygon lasso tool, and just draw around it? Zoom in nice and close.
Never!
Oh.
Perfect. This is more effort than it's worth. Nailed it.
God! It's a fucking pixel. There we go.
No, I'm bothered. I'm bothered by over here.
Disconsidered. Well, at least, you know, you're much closer than you were before.
There it is. Right. Fuck, I'm glad I'm not an artist. What a shit job it is.
It's not terrible.
It's terrible. Oh no. Oh no, it's okay. Because I've just made this one,
I just thought, do you actually just want to make it...
It's all good.
What, red or something?
Kind of.
Because you can...
I'll show you in a moment.
You can just alter the hue saturation if you really want to make it
It's red. No, it's not quite that simple what I want to do, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
This one wants to stay as it is. All of these, I want to give them a nice little effect. So, for example, this one, if I just copy layer style and then I paste layer style into this, what that does is it gives me that.
A highlighter.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I know it's really minor, but if I've got to do this, I may as well try and do it right.
Oh, no, that's fair enough. That's right. You're right to do so.
And this one, over small.
But no, we're definitely trying to get the icons done out of the way straight away as we're making stuff along, because doing Armada 3, and I think it was 1.0 or 0.95, the last rush to get all the icons done was...
Lovely.
Yeah, something like that. It was a life affirming feeling.
Is that what it was?
It was certainly something, I'll give it that. But like, it's surprising how important though a UI is, especially one that looks nice and is functional, because it's always the first thing that someone's going to interact with.
Yes, that is very true. That is very true. I mean, I mean, I'm surprised that you guys are letting me do anything with the UI, to be honest. But here we are in some.
Well, you know, we have to have a good idea of what the consumer might like, so we thought, you know.
Sorry, I'll press.
Haven't got your alpha layer selected.
Just settle.
Calm down. Don't panic.
You're watching a nub. What are you expecting from me?
Hobbs, Connor loves icons. Yes. Connor
It's true, he does.
Really loves icons. I really love icons. I really fucking love them. I'd have them as a wallpaper in my house if I could. Oh God, no. I wouldn't.
But would you though?
No. No,
Oh.
I would not.
I find that criminally difficult to believe on your part.
Well, you know, sometimes we just don't realise.
Let's save all of these before I forget to, and then have to do that again, which takes me a very long time to do. And we should probably save all of these as triggers.
Triggers.
Is anybody becoming enraged with me in chat yet, I wonder?
Not on the YouTube chat, no.
Oh, thank Christ.
I mean, you know, it's probably for the best, really, just to don't anger him. It kind of feels a bit like I've cheated doing the win-loss screens in 2D, but
Is that
Oh,
because you've cheated?
no, I'm not cheated. It's just I think it's a nice visual style.
Mm-hmm. So what I'm now doing is I'm just throwing the corrected files in there, so it knows where it wants to call when it's going disabled or blah 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 or blah blah blah. Okay, so a little bit earlier I did save the locations, so it's 492 here. Oh god, what did I write? 492. There we go. And this, which is the y-axis, is 950 from the top. And it is, of course, 178 in, oh god, 78 in length.
Hobbs, I'm always enraged.
By 30. I'll be surprised if this works.
Well, you know, if it doesn't work. It's not hard to fix.
ATF screen button underlay. Search. Right, Empire window. Change it to the ATF variant. Now, I don't think this is going to change. No, it hasn't done. Okay, so we will have to exit the game and come back in.
Yep.
God, I hate doing art stuff. He reads like once an hour if he remembers. I try to, folks. I do try to, folks. Centurion, what were you asking? And I'm sure you would never, ever suggest, in seriousness, that I don't care. I genuinely do care very much about my audience, and I'm actually quite upset that you would suggest that.
Can't believe you've done this.
Oh, it genuinely upsets me. I have to go to sleep because school sucks and I don't want to fall asleep in class. Well, surely, Sanis, falling asleep would be a good thing if you don't enjoy school. It's okay, but what was your question? Because I don't want to have to scroll back up.
Just Scrolling sucks, apparently.
Joe, I haven't done yet. Let's have a look. Let's take a quick peek.
Take a butcher's.
Take a look. Quick peek. Where have you put them? Oh, here we go. This is Shadow of Neo's work.
Ooh.
Let's just open the original because I'll be able to see it better. That's nice. Valhalla Masters. Are they the Masters of Valhalla? Max, Alien, Lavia. Oh, is this your team? Kill the artists.
That's a nice galaxy class there, Rundle.
Let's see what else we got. Oh, that's nice. I don't know who made this. That's really nice. Yeah, I appreciate that. Oh god, the arguments we've had over the Cheyenne class. You wouldn't believe, Lorandel. What do I think of the playable Cardassians Jem'Hadar founders Vorta in Stowe? I love the idea of it right up until I found out that as the Cardassians I had to join either the Klingons or the Federation. I wanted it so badly to be not necessarily an independent faction, but a different faction. And I'm very, very disappointed that it's not. It would have been really nice to be able to be a bad guy in Stowe, because you don't get that. Even the Klingons are good guys in Stowe. Everybody's a good guy. Everybody just, you know, has their heart in the right place, really, by the time they get to the Dyson Sphere. And that annoys me. I want to be some kind of horrific evil member of the True Way. I want to be able to roleplay. That's the whole point of games of that nature. And if you can't roleplay, then what is the point playing the role? Am I a D&D nerd? No. I've never actually really played a game of D&D. I got roped into it when I was really hungover a few times in university. There was a girl that I dated in university briefly, and she used to wait until Sunday morning when she knew I was weak and suggestible. She used to promise me a full English breakfast, so I followed her like a zombie out of the house, and we ended up in some D&D place. And I'd sit there thinking, who the fuck are these guys? Why has everybody got beards as big as my face? And yeah, they'd be like, so what are you? I'd be like, hungry is what I am. My girlfriend brought me here. Girl rants intent. I'm sorry, I am ranting. Let's take a look at some more of this work.
But if he's hungry...
Everyone's posting awesome pictures, I'm liking it. Oh. Oh.
That's what pictures and spam's for.
Oh. Right. Back to what we were doing. I'm awesome. What am I, Connor?
What, sorry?
What am I, Connor? Awesome is what I am.
Yeah, you're alright.
Check it, son.
Check it. Oh. Oh, oh, oh.
Eh?
I can see why the back bit's a bit more solid now, though, because you can see the Empire tree behind it, which is rather distracting.
I can make it more solid if you like.
Just ever so slightly solid. A little bit solid.
Hate you.
Like the alpha channel at 50%, I think that'll look nice.
Alpha channel you at 50%. Wait, that made no sense.
No, not the button. The
I'm getting round to it.
Calm down, you back.
What's it called? Backdrop button. Shall I just do the same thing again and bit of adjustments, brightness and contrast?
So it's not pure white, is it? No.
Cool.
That'll do.
Yeah,
Check it.
Check it. Chick-fil-A.
Chicken. Has it worked? You have to reload the game. Oh no, it's updated, but it hasn't worked.
It's not so bad.
Wait, oh no, it has worked, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's darker now.
It has darkened it a little bit.
This is how I check it. I go over to the. Well, I was going to say I go over to the sun. Evidence of that.
It's not.
Yes, it's darker.
It's darker. That's better. Semi. I like that. Joan, there it is. Semi-hard solid. Lol.
I don't know if you guys have seen this before. By the way, we made a black hole in a neutron star.
Well, a star, not necessarily a neutron star.
It has to be a neutron star because it's near a black hole.
Not necessarily.
Don't you argue with me.
Oh, zero scale.
I'll see you later, Zero. You have a good one.
It's a really nice effect, though, isn't it, what Max managed to pull off there?
Yeah, I think it's good. I mean, it's not altogether immodest from a cost perspective from particles, but I think it's worth it. There's only one of them in an entire map, so...
Mm-hmm. It's pretty.
It is. Kanaja says, nerds! There we go. I think that's okay for the time being. And we've got.
I think so, yeah.
There you go. Yeah, we've got our little pressies.
I've never used that, but I think I probably
None
should.
of us have. Like nobody who I've ever played Sins with has used this bloody bar.
And it's so fucking useful.
It has the potential to be very useful. You're quite right.
Yeah, it's like, oh, where am I? Where like a new artifact has been located. Where? How many times are you like, where? But you don't care because it's there. But you know, it would be nice.
What does
to know which
Control
one it is,
Y do? Shadow of Neo. I know what Control Z does, but I don't know what Control Y does in Photoshop. Did Max bend over to make that? Okay, Gerald. Is this Sins of a Solar Empire? Yes, it is. Oh, I wanted to show you what those things that Max was making looked like, didn't I? Qualter, thank you very much for the tier again. Let's go to Change Galaxy, Spawn Entity, Active Player, Capital Ship, Federation, and Colony.
All of them. The lot. I think he's done all of them, hasn't he?
The vast majority.
We await your command.
Well, for the caps, yeah.
He's done something.
That doesn't look like it. But you might want to pull and save, maybe.
He probably hasn't coded them onto the ships.
Oh, what a vegetable.
See, this one used to be coded onto the ship, but I think he's removed that that particular line of code. Luckily, I suspect that it's going to be potentially in my local build.
Maybe.
Let's have a look.
Maybe, baby.
Fed, cap, colony. Let's just see what's in my local build here. Tits.
Bollocks!
I can't remember which one of these I had it in. I suspect it's going to be in HUD icon generic brushes, because I'm that way inclined. I was wrong. Fiddle bum drops. Hey Graham, how you doing, my man? Coulter! Control-wise redo. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Control Y tickles your bum. Okay. Alright, well, I'm going to have to, rather annoyingly, make all those things now.
Yay.
It's not so bad. Has Max pushed those changes, has he? Let's just take a quick look. Because guaranteed he has. Oh, Max didn't push the changes anyway.
Someone give him a call and send him an angry text message.
Oh, got Laurendal's DeviantArt page here. Let's have a quick look. Very nice, Laurendal.
Is it in shameless plugs?
Take a look. It's on my screen at the moment. I think I'm sharing it with you.
Ah, yes, you are. Yes, of course.
Made some really nice things here. I think this ship might be a hero of the moment. Very nice. Yeah, I like your work, Laurendal. It's really nice. Sorry, I got distracted looking at other people's stuff. With Windows 10, when you press Alt-Tab, it actually brings up a Windows screen with all your open tabs. Oh, you mean this thing?
Oh, did your Steam like to do that as well? Popping up with a window and then closing and then popping up and then closing?
I've never noticed it do that before, but apparently, yes.
Apparently, yeah, it's one of the... It's happened since one of the recent updates they did. Ever so slightly infuriating. Only ever so...
Oh, did the bot did the bot spam block you for a moment there? Yeah, there is a bot that does that if you speak so many times within a minute. You guys have to look at Imperion. Imperion Galactic Survival, is it? It looks like a really cool game. I wonder if I own it. I think I might do.
You probably do.
Yeah, I do. In fact, I've got it installed as well. I just haven't played it for a long time. Have I played it at all? No, I've never played it.
Oh, dear. It is something that will probably be up your street.
Well, I think I installed it with the intent to play it because it's a little bit like Space Engineers in its own way, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I intended to play it, and I just haven't got round to it yet.
Oh, you own Day of Infamy.
How much is Bane paying me to keep saying hero of the moment? Well, I can't discuss that. Guys, keep goal focused. We need him to actually be productive.
Yes.
Soz.
Back at it.
Back at ya. Well, I suppose what we'll do is... I have an idea.
Ooh, a ping. Pop the ping.
If I search for AOTF, there's going to be... What's for Chris, I wonder?
What's for Chris? Well, why don't you have a look? But make sure you do it on a screen where no one else can see first.
Right, so here's the target for ship pictures. So, theoretically, what I should be able to do is I can go to search AOTF ship pictures. If we go to find all within these files, what should now happen is the Yorktown overlay that I've made before should be contained within it, and then I'll just be able to paste it into the Yorktown's thing and show you it. I imagine that might be true, Shadow. Unfortunately, it's not something that I will do here on stream. It would be a mistake for me to show the entire config of my computer. My Steam name is Technophobia, so you can take a look at any of the games I own at any point. I think my friends list is probably full, so I apologise for that if you try and add me as a friend. But have I played RimWorld? No, I haven't. I know Bane has quite a lot.
The Borderlands RTS game, essentially.
May do some NX era displays at some point. Lorondel, the thing I would most like to see, display-wise, are TMP displays. I think they are the single best era, particularly for the Federation. For beauty, for colour collusion, it's just such an amazing thing. Like the Enterprise A or Enterprise Refit, depending on which one that you're looking at the time. And the Excelsior, their bridge consoles are out of this world good compared to any of the other eras. When you get to TNG, they are just cheap and tacky and horrible and disgusting. I hate TNG LCARs. I despise TNG. What?
You don't like TNG LCARs?
No, it disgusts me.
I mean, they're pretty much the same apart from a colour change.
They are not.
A bit more rounder on TNG as well.
Yeah, they've got those ridiculous rounded edges that are just poor. Am I doing that thing again?
Are you having a rant about? I mean, TNG LCARs is pretty functional, really, when labelled up and stuff.
LCARs, Krolter, is the buttons what people in Star Trek pressed on their computers. It looks like you're hacking. I can assure you I'm not.
It's also something as well, like buttons and like through entire Star Trek, the way the computers look has been generally pretty consistent, like despite some minor aesthetic changes. So even TOS had some hints of touchscreen computers.
It's all about the bells and whistles and knobs in TOS.
Yeah, but like there are some flat panels on there with what can you assume to be buttons.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what? I should. What the hell's this up here? Bellion Research Overlay. Where's this come from?
Oh.
Oh, that's HUD brushes. Okay, that explains why. I was like, who did this? It was me.
Das ist das. Oh.
Right, let's grab this. Put it in here. Without commenting it out, ideally. Move this up to 158. And we're going to call this AOTF Fed Cap Colony Picture. Hopefully I did open the PSD, so I did. Let's see what kind of size this is. I'm kind of thinking that I need to leave a pixel here. Yeah, I do. That's Max's way. Okay, so it's going to be 11391 over 3186. I think.
You think.
Okay, fantastic. And the file is called AOTF_ship_pictures. Just check this. 158, 158, good. I wonder if that does it immediately.
We await your command.
Oh, you rotter!
Adjusting coordinates. All crew stand
Why would you do what I want? My friend refuses to watch any other Star Trek other than Voyager. Interesting.
He's making a mistake.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that's the case. It's probably not what I would do.
Oh no, DS9. That's enough to tickle you in all the right places.
Also, I'm quite impressed that you managed to get through TOS. I think for like young people now, today, or relatively young people, TOS is quite difficult to watch. In fact, I'd probably say the same of TNG, because there's such a lot of cheese involved with TNG. I think it's difficult for people to watch. Boop, 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 boop.
So the thing is that is the most. I think after the 4 years war, I can't wait for the TOS TMP mod.
Yeah, TMP is something I'm solidly looking forward to.
Because there's surprisingly a hell of a lot of lore we can dig in with that one.
There is.
With all the Starfleet Command games and everything like that. Because the thing with Ages of the Federation is why we're probably doing a lot more lore and background stuff for this one, because there just simply isn't any. Yeah,
there's not nearly as much, so we really can. I don't want to say experiment with lore because we're trying to stay within some fairly strict confines, but we can develop lore that doesn't actually negatively impact anything that is in the timelines that you know and love already, and that's the greatest thing about it. Okay.
Oh, absolutely. We've kind of got a bit of a playground to work with.
Active player, capital ship, Federation, calling.
We await your command. Crew standing by.
There you go, folks. So that is what it's going to look like once we've got all the ships done that Max was working on. So what you'll have is when you select one of your ships, in fact we'll have it on planets as well, is with your ship you will know what kind of ship it is, what class it is, what role it plays, and how good it is against various enemy ships. What do you think of that, folks? Do you like the idea of that?
What's the idea? I wasn't listening.
We're talking about the pictures on the the bottom left, that we've set up.
Yes.
Let's settle down this music for a little while. Yeah, Centurion quite likes the idea of that. Yeah, we're allowed to take a little bit of artistic license, Bruce. That's the whole intent there. Yeah, I think it's made us very, very enthused. It's particularly impacted a couple of our guys. Orion, who you might know. If you've been following us on the ModDB page, you know Orion posts regular pictures. And he makes up these amazing stories, which are so good.
He's got really invested in.
Yeah, to go with his pictures. And he's pushed so much time and effort into those. And we're finding some other people are doing it as well. Some of the community that are looking at the pictures. There's just that comes to mind. In fact, I think you've done some, Centurion. But yes, in fact, I'm pretty sure you have, Centurion. If it is you, there's another guy called Centurion. If you haven't, but Patrick Wilkinson, is it? I think it's Patrick Wilkinson or Williamson.
I don't know. I'll have to look.
Why you know nothing? Let's take a look.
Why do I know nothing? Well, because all the arty farcy stuff, requires some. Oh my god, man! Clear your updates. Clear your updates. There's a button you can do it instantly, and
you clear your updates.
I do. I like to get excited when I see a notification.
There you go, Centurion. Is that you? Yes, you have. It is you. Actually, we really like this one. We were talking about that. We thought this was a great little ship log that you did. So thank you very much for that. We appreciate that. But there is another fella as well. Patrick N. Wilkinson. He does some lovely ones as well. But it's really nice to see you guys getting involved in the same way. If you guys haven't actually seen the mod DB before, feel free to get on there and follow it. There it is. But there you go. I'd say that's a modicum of progress for the evening, which is nice. We've got that done, which is what I wanted to do this evening.
That's all the modding you're getting today.
Oh, that's what you get. And we've re-put that back in now that Max has, removed it accidentally. But it's starting to look like a UI that is going to work for people, I think.
Definitely.
There's still so much to do.
Helm, bring us about.
It's always going to be something that's going to probably be worked on until we finish it.
Yeah. So the reason that the PSDs exist in their current format is so people can chop and change the various different layers as they wish to. Yes, I know this isn't. So what's this thing? I don't need that or that. There's a bunch of things that I can delete in here, but I haven't done so. There's also a bunch of things that I could rasterize and probably put together. I suspect that main menu extra, main grid generic can go with that main grid generic. That could be pushed down if I rasterize both these layers. Main menu extra.
I won't rasterize them. I wouldn't rasterize them.
Well, if I control E this down into this one, it plays havoc.
Well, if you just turn that effects off and control E down, then into the one with the effects, it'll work fine.
I believe you. What's skin AOTF extra? Oh, that's these bits down here. That should be up there, really. And what's this? Oh, that's something that Max left in. But yeah, we will get around to cleaning those up, and they won't actually be in the files when we release the mod. I wouldn't expect. But yeah, there you go. That's today's. Well, it was supposed to be really brief, but I think we've been over for about 2 hours, or more potentially. Is it more than 2 hours? Good God. Ooh, Babylon 5, love it. But have a nice evening, guys. Thank you very much for joining me, Connor.
Oh, no problem, as always. It's a pleasure.
Anything else you want to sneakily show us before we leave?
Anyone sneakily share? Well, no, I've stopped sharing really, but I've
there we go, then.
I've done the win-loss screens for the Federation. They're done.
Good stuff.
So that's my goal. Well, I'm going to do the Klingon and Romulan, hopefully the next couple of days as well.
Okie dokie, good stuff. Well, once you've got those, I'll code them in. Have a lovely evening, folks. Bye-bye.
Yes, and don't forget to follow. Oh, you're off.
No, go for it. Go for it.
Oh wait. Don't forget to follow us on ModDB on Ages of Federation and join the CGB Discord server because that's where the chatting's happening.
That's the one. It's now called the GC Discord server.
Oh yeah, the GC. You need to change the icon. The GC Discord server, and the more people we get on there, we might do a few more Discord only exclusive things as well. That
would be pretty cool. I mean, that is one thing that we need. Like our Discord server, what is now the GC Discord server, it is massively saturated with the Star Trek crew. The Star Wars crew. It's hugely saturated with the Star Wars crew because it started its life as an Empire at War mods Discord. We need the Star Trek boys in there. We need you to come in there and throw your weight around. Show them what it means to be an enemy of Cardassia. That's what you need to do. Because I need my Star Trek boys in there. I need my Trek boys.
The glory of Cardassia.
The glory of Cardassia. Ladies and gentlemen, have a lovely evening.